The ANC in Parliament has voted to support the nomination of Advocate Kholeka Gcaleka to be the next public protector. She's currently serving as the acting public protector. I think this is a mistake for three reasons. The vote went through by 244 votes, and the 244 votes came from two political parties, the ANC with 230 and the IFP with 14 votes. So this is predominantly an ANC vote. The other political parties did not even show up. Many of them walked out of the session, and there was the usual hullabaloo that you would see in Parliament. Now, three reasons why I think this is a mistake. Number one, this becomes largely a partisan vote. Predominantly, this nomination is only supported by one party. Granted, it is a party that enjoys a majority currently, but when you have an office which is supposed to have credibility, which is supposed to have independence, when that office is only supported, or the appointment of the person to that office is only supported by one party in the main, it comes across as if that person is not necessarily going to be holding that party to account. And that is the job of the public protector, to make sure that Parliament serves its role, to make sure that the executive, when complaints are placed on the public protector's desk, are held to account. So that's number one. Number two, there is an appearance here and a perception that this is a reward for protecting President Cyril Ramaphosa from robust scrutiny in the Phala complaint. If you recall, the Phala complaint was laid within the public protector's office. Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane was then suspended just at the time when she had sent 31 questions to the president, asking him robust questions about the source of the money in his SOFA, whether that money had been declared, and a variety of other questions which spoke to the lawfulness of the money and the lawfulness of any transactions associated with that money. And then Advocate Kholeka comes in as the acting public protector, takes a year, an extremely long amount of time, to make a determination that many academic scholars found wanting, and one that was just bogus. And if you think about some of the analysis that she provided, she said there was no conflict of interest because the president was able to conduct his duties as president and wasn't distracted by any of the ongoings at Phala Farm in terms of the commercial transactions. But the idea of conflict of interest is not just, are you distracted from your job? It's also about, does your private interest conflict with your role, your constitutional role? And there are very clear indications that there is a conflict there. And her application of the law is one that seems very, very shaky on the best days. And this report is now being taken on review by many political parties. So in light of a shaky report, for her to then get this appointment does come across as a reward, and as if she was playing game theory to have a soft report, one that basically exonerates the president, and then be able to get this particular position. In law, perception is as important as reality, because certain institutions should be beyond any perception of impropriety, any perception of bias, any perception of manipulation, any perception of lack of independence. This perception that this is a reward is problematic. That's load shedding. So let me finish in the dark, my last point, just for dramatic effect. The last point is that there are issues that are going to come about as a result of this appointment. The office is going to become politicized. The office is going to become an office where there is more controversy, more debate and scrutiny, and that undercuts the credibility of that office. And that's why I think this appointment is a mistake. This video has been proudly brought to you by Load Shedding.